It is Monday, March 10th, and from WBHM News, I'm Richard Banks with today's top stories. Democratic congressional leaders are voicing outrage over the Trump administration's potential sale of an iconic civil rights museum in Alabama. U.S. Representatives from Alabama Terry Sewell and Shamari Figures were joined Saturday by House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. The three spoke outside the Montgomery bus station, home to the historic Freedom Rides Museum. Last week, the museum was on a list of government buildings for sale. While that list has since been taken down, the Trump administration has refused to answer questions about whether the Freedom Rides Museum remains on the chopping block. Sewell says it's critical the building not be sold. She went on to say civil rights landmarks like the Freedom Rides Museum must be preserved for future generations. Figures said at the press conference that Democrats are working on legislation to outlaw the sale of such sites. Walker County Sheriff Nick Smith says he's deactivating his department's Facebook page because it provides a, quote, platform for hate, negativity, and vitriol. Smith released a statement over the weekend saying the page isn't necessary, but was maintained to be transparent and informative. But the move comes after 12 people who had worked with the department have been charged with crimes related to the January 2023 death of Walker County Jail inmate Tony Mitchell. The county coroner's death certificate listed Mitchell's manner of death as homicide and detailed the causes as hypothermia and sepsis, quote, resulting from infected injuries obtained during incarceration and medical neglect. And Alabama officials are doubling down in their defense of a law that targets diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at public colleges and universities in the state. The 2024 law prohibits state institutions and universities from using public funding for DEI offices or for programming that advocates for vaguely defined divisive concepts. The Alabama Reflector reports attorneys representing the University of Alabama Board of Trustees and other state officials say policies that restrict certain classroom discussions and reallocate campus space are legal. The comments in a court filing on Friday challenge a lawsuit from students, faculty, and a civil rights group. The suit says the anti-DEI law is unconstitutional. You'll find more news anytime at WBHM.org, and if you haven't already, check out our local newscast during WBHM's broadcast of Morning Edition and the afternoon's All Things Considered. That's each weekday on 90.3 WBHM Birmingham.